Hi everyone. Let me turn that down real quick. Brad here. I am really bored during quarantine, as most of you are probably as well. And to pass my boredom along, I guess, I'm going to start creating how Brad does this. And for this specific segment in my first episode, I guess, I'm going to show you guys how I make instant ramen noodle chicken flavor. I think this recipe is called Ramen Cacio e Pepe. I probably butchered that, like I definitely butchered that. But I found this like random YouTube video on like how to do this. I'll link it, I guess. But it says 1 pack instant ramen, so that's what I got here. 1/4 cup pasta water, 2 tablespoons of butter, which I think I have right here, 2 tablespoons, and Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese. I mean, I'm probably not going to weigh it out, but I have some Parmesan cheese. I work at Kraft, so I was able to secure, I guess, the one we sent to Japan. Anyway, I'll get started. Well, I'm an idiot. I thought I was recording the whole time, but basically I just took water from my pure filter and put it in there. Now I'm boiling it. I just kind of eyeballed it. I mean, just 1 pack of ramen, you don't need that much water, I don't think. Maybe I'll do a little bit more. No harm in that. Probably won't even use it all anyway. I like to use the pure water because, I don't know. It's like the water from my sink just doesn't taste good. So while I let the water boil, I'm going to take these 2 tablespoons of butter. I think I'm going to take the wrapper off first because no one really wants to eat the packaging. And I'm going to plop them right in the pan. Wish me luck. Alright, so I unwrap the 2 tablespoons of butter. Gonna set it right here. Make sure I do the front. Keep it on high. I'm gonna grab a little spatula right here. Oh, that one. This one's fine, I guess. Just kind of smear it around the pan. Just gotta get it melted. I'll probably lower the heat to medium high, and just melt the butter. So I realized I probably should have boiled the water before I put the butter in the pan, because now the butter's kind of melted already, and the next step is to add the pasta water to the butter, but I can't do that right now because I don't have any pasta water. So I changed the heat to kind of lower, and now maybe I should do it all the way low, and now I'm just kind of waiting for the water to boil so I can put pasta in it. Alright, the water's boiling, so I'm opening my packet, taking out the little sauce packet, keeping this all as intact as possible. There's some in the bottom, but I'm going to set this in the boiling water for a couple minutes, dump the rest, and let that sit for about 2 minutes, stirring occasionally. I'll be using this spoon. Just kind of keep it in the little ramen boat, whatever you want to call it. Just let it good and get boiled. Set it in there about 125, probably a minute or 2 left. Still got the butter melting over here. Again, recommend starting a little bit later in the process, maybe like right now. Put the 2 tablespoons of butter on there and just kind of let it melt. Yeah. So after about 2 minutes of the ramen boiling, it's been about a minute and a half at this point, you should notice that it's starting to feel more tender. You can kind of push on it a little more or less. It's more of a pillow. That means it's working, so keep going. I've just been kind of mixing it up a little bit as I go, kind of playing it by ear. It's been like 3 minutes now that the ramen's been in here on a high boil. Kind of breaking up the pillow now. Just kind of getting it all around, mixing it up. Not letting things kind of get still. So it's been about 3-4 minutes. Gonna turn the water off, let it sit a little bit. And then I'm gonna dump some, but not all, of the water in this pan. Then after I do that, I'm gonna sprinkle a ton of Parmesan cheese in here and bring that back to a boil. So as I'm bringing it back to a boil, I'm kind of stirring everything around. I'm kind of trying to bring it to one side of the pan. Obviously, it's not really working. Might have added too much water, but oh well, it'll probably still taste pretty good. Basically, essentially making butter ramen. At this point, we're going to add our chicken packet. Then I added all the noodles and everything. Just going to stir it all around the pan for a while, get all the butter, let it absorb in the noodles. At this point, I'm going to add a lot of pepper. Just regular pepper. It doesn't need salt. As you all know, ramen is just full of salt. But, I mean, I really hammered the pepper on there. Towards the end of the stirring, you kind of just have noodles. I'm just kind of mixing it around the pan. I've been using both hands to hold the pan because it keeps sliding around, but noodles kind of absorb all the butter and water that was on there, and usually pretty good to go. Almost done here. Just got to throw it on a plate. There you have it, folks. A nice piping plate of ramen with Parmesan cheese.